show you how I play.
Hey guys, welcome to video 2 of the Classic Mileena cosplay series. Yes, I am wearing the same clothes as I was at the end of the bodysuit video. That's because I finished the bodysuit and then moved straight on to the gloves. So today's video is going to be about her gloves, her boot covers, and the belt that she wears. So just keep watching. Okay, so historically with many of my costumes, I have never been good at making gloves. But for this one, my very good friend Goanna Cosplay has got this basic bitch glove tutorial which I'm going to be following. It basically is just trace your hand out, add seam allowance, put it on the fabric, cut the fabric, sew the fabric. So it's worked for a whole bunch of other people. I'm going to see if it works for me. Let's hope so, because this fabric is very thick, but the costume won't work without the gloves. So yeah, let's do it. Okay, so I've just drawn out my glove pattern. I'm about to cut it out. But I was just thinking I'd update you on my decisions for the costume. So as you can see here, the gloves and what you can see of her boot covers, they come above the joints, so this one's above the elbow and then this one's above the knee. I'm not going to do that because the way that I've done boot covers in the past previously, particularly with my Ravens, is that I've put elastic in the top binding of the boot cover and then have it sit in the seam of my knee. That way it actually doesn't fall down because I have very large calves, so it stays in place. I'm thinking I might try something similar with the gloves, just so it's a little easier, and also because I don't have a very large forearm, well, arm in general, but I don't have a very large upper arm, just to make this look a bit nicer, I think. So yeah, so I've patterned the gloves to just about reach the elbows, and then I'll trim them down if they need to be shorter. Okay, so one glove is done. I didn't film the cutting and the sewing of this one because this was trial and error. 0 out of 10 would not recommend this fabric for gloves. It is very thick, and I've taken the thumb in like 3 times, but it still looks weirdly like short, although they all look really short to be honest. But and it also causes my sewing machine to like skip stitches, so I've got a few holes that I've got to patch up already, but I will film the next glove and I'll show you exactly what I did and how many times I had to sew to make sure that I didn't end up with holes in the fingertips. Okay, update. This is the second glove. You can tell because I used Sharpie for the outline this time instead of chalk, which is fine because this material is so thick that it doesn't matter. I'm just in the moment of altering it because I always have problems with the spaces in between my fingers. So obviously, as you can see, I haven't done that one far enough down. So I'm just gonna stitch along these lines, make sure it's reinforced, and then cut down on these two other ones that need fixing. The other ones are fine. And then what I've done with the other glove, which I've finished completely, I've added the binding to the top as well, because that's what Mileena has. And then I'll be moving on to the boot cuffs. Okay, so my gloves are done. They fit really well. They're a little bit thicker than what I would normally prefer for gloves. I'm definitely not going to be able to use any sort of touchscreen with these on, but they still look really good. They have the trim around the top. Yes, they look very nice. So the next thing is going to be the boot covers. Now, I could just draft my own pattern, but I really don't feel like it. So instead I'm going to be using CIAW's pattern, and I'm going to be using this one. Because it has the right shape that Mileena has on her boots. It's a little shorter, but again, I don't mind because it'll give me some extra leg, and the extra detailing will probably look really nice in the fabric. So yeah, I've got all the pieces ready to go here, and I will update you once all of these are cut out and I'm ready to start sewing. Okay, so I've got all of the pieces cut out. For one boot at least. I'm going to be fiddling around with instructions again, because for this particular boot you're supposed to use interfacing on quite a lot of pieces, but this stuff is really thick, so it sort of stands up on its own anyway, so I'm not going to be using interfacing. Yeah, so basically what I'm going to do is just skip the steps that have something to do with interfacing and then just keep going. It looks relatively simple, like this long piece gets attached to the front of the boot cover gets sewn together, and then the top's done up. But I will start pinning and sewing and I'll let you know how it goes. Okay, so I have one boot cover done. This is probably the most intricate boot cover that I've ever done. It is slipping a little bit right now, but that's because it's against my bare skin. On the day I will be wearing dance tights, so hopefully that'll be fixed. But yes, here we go. I love it. Cool, one down. I'm still debating about the black along the top. I probably will add it, but for now, this is a pretty good stop. Okay, so I know I said that these are technically boot covers, but I was kidding myself. The boots aren't coming out of these anytime soon. So I'm gonna take this off now, and you guys get to laugh at me struggling to take this goddamn shoe off. Well, I now have a pink boot, but that's fine. Ugh. So I'm probably going to speed that up just for timing's sake, but real time that took 4 minutes to get the shoe off, so that's great. So the last thing I was going to do in this video was make a belt, but I'm just going to use the belt from my other Mileena costume because it is also black and it has the same texture as the one in the reference picture, so I'm just going to save myself some time and do that. So this is all I've got for this video. The next video, which should be the last one in this series, is going to be regarding her face, so her headband and the teeth, which should be fun. So hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I shall see you in the next one. Bye!